Hello, I am María Florencia Roca González, a qualified technician in vegetable organic production, graduate with honor from the University of Buenos Aires, and the founder of the Crop School channel. Today we are with Paul Holmbeck, an esteemed member of the IFOAM Organic International World Board and former director of Organic Denmark. Nice to meet you, Paul, and welcome to the channel.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Explore how organic farming is set to transform over the next 10 years. Stay until the end to uncover a key perspective from IFOAM Organic International, the global organization that is refining its future.
I would like to begin by asking you the following. IFOAM published a statement on regenerative agriculture. Could you highlight the key points?
Yeah, sure. We put out a statement as we have collaboration with some more serious regenerative actors. We also see a lot of other things going on that's being called regenerative. So we had a consultation with organizations around the world and put out a statement. And essentially, we're welcoming and embracing serious regenerative actors who we see as natural allies. The principles of regenerative agriculture are core to organic principles. In fact, the term regenerative agriculture was coined by organic pioneers and the Rodale Institute in the United States back in the 1980s. So regenerative has always been the aspirational goal of organics. Our statement also puts focus on what we see as a concerning widespread misuse of the term regenerative by, in particular, larger corporate actors and some consultancies, McKinsey, et cetera, who are using regenerative to describe an agriculture that is not that different from conventional agriculture. So they've made some small additions of a few regenerative practices, some cover crops, maybe a bit of a crop rotation, but essentially continuing to use degenerative practices like the widespread use of pesticides and fossil-based fertilizers. So we will call out that form for greenwashing around regenerative, but we'll collaborate closely with regenerative actors on improving farm practices, working with farmers on adopting more regenerative practices, figuring new strategies for metrics and outcomes in agriculture for climate and soil health. So there's a lot of common ground with serious regenerative actors, but there's some unserious regenerative activities we also needed to respond to.
How do you think public kitchen will evolve over the next years?
Well, what we're seeing in many public kitchens in Europe is that cities are starting to demand real food again. It's been a lot of public kitchen foods has been really industrialized in recent years, where kitchen workers are not really making food anymore. They're preparing food. So they're throwing things into the oven to be warmed, but a lot of it's made beforehand. And we know there are a lot of issues with this, pre-made, ready-to-use food. It often has more food additives. It's less fresh. It's less tasty often. So there's this transition to not only more organic. We have the school meals coalition in Europe, where cities are collaborating on how to get school meals transitioning to healthier organic food. So we're seeing more of this development also within the wholesaler and food service industry, not only directed towards the public sector, but also towards the private sector, towards restaurants, hotels, and cafes, where they're starting to compete more on what they can deliver, not just price, not just delivery security or some appearance, but also what's the sustainability on the food that they're delivering. And there's wonderful tools being developed also to keep track of, organic percentages, where you can also document what impact that has on nature and on drinking water protection and other areas, but also keeping track of climate emissions from the food. And with this more plant-rich, low-waste production, we can reduce significantly climate emissions. So this is a really positive development.
Recognized as a leader in organic agriculture, could you briefly share Denmark's strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats?
Well, as a leader in organics, we've managed to mobilize the main drivers of organic change in food and agriculture. So strong national policies, partnerships for market development, and building capacity in the organic associations to drive market development, support farmers in their transition, and gain influence on agricultural policy, for example, tax policy and other areas. So those three main drivers are really working in Denmark. So that's why we have the highest sales of organic food in the world, where for many basic products like milk and eggs, many vegetables and fruits, we have 30 to 60% of the market now. So it's not a small niche, it's the dominant sales in different subcategories. But that didn't happen on its own. It's required a strong organic organization that has been able to partner with supermarket chains, help them expand their organic product assortments and present them better to consumers, and communicate much better the why of organics, what it does for nature, for animal welfare, for water quality, for health, food without pesticides, etc. So those, getting retail moving on organics has really made, democratized organics. It's made it more affordable and more visible and available, and then consumers buy it. So that part's a success. Public procurement is another big success area, where we have kitchens that have not only transitioned to more organic, and in Copenhagen it's at 90% organic, but also to healthier, plant-rich meals with much less waste and more purchasing in season. So we've used the reduction in meat and reduction in waste and the in-season purchasing to save money, to then cover the premium that can pay the farmer a better price for their food. So everyone really wins with those kinds of collaborations. And in terms of threats and weaknesses, if in agriculture, 88% of our agriculture is still conventional agriculture. So we have some serious challenges with nitrate leaching and pesticides polluting our drinking water, for example, impacts on sea life around Denmark. We're one big coastline, basically. So, transitioning these really intensive pig productions and dairy productions to organic is challenging, but we're trying to meet those challenges, working together with conventional farm organizations also to continue to grow organics. And yeah, so we're moving forward. I wish it was moving even faster, but we're set to achieve the European goal of 25% organic in all of agriculture in 2030.
Well, finally, how do you think organic farming will evolve over the next 10 years in terms of innovation, scalability, and international supply?
Yeah, I think we'll see continued growth, The question is more related to the pace of the growth, and that will be somewhat dependent on national policies that are developed to do, support market development, support innovation and technology, research, etc. That will help speed the transition. But yeah, we'll see continued growth. We're up to 4.7 million farmers. And then we have a whole layer that is even larger of small holder farmers worldwide that are doing organic practices, but using local PGS, participatory guarantee systems, rather than third-party certifications. So we're going to see a rapid growth of that type of more local certification, I think, of organic and agroecological producers who are not looking to compete on the global stage. If they want to do that, our grower groups are growing, where we have smallholders that are being certified, third-party certified for the global market in grower groups. So we'll see increased market accessibility for smallholder farmers. We're seeing many large farms also transitioning to organic. Larger estate farms even, they're developing their own brands and grabbing more of the value chain in that respect. We'll see continued expansion of organics in retail as more retailers expand their product assortments. And I think we'll also see then continued transition of more farms. Requires that we develop the market, also requires that we're talking to more farmers. So as long as we keep that push and pull effect going, of a push from agriculture and a pull from the market, we'll continue to develop organics.
Paul, thank you for the conversation, and your passion for the organic system is truly inspiring.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. If you learned something new, please subscribe and share the video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.